Palestinians are on the brink of famine as the food crisis continues to spin out of control, following months of inadequate humanitarian aid. But to make a dire situation in Gaza even more disheartening are the groups of gangs hoarding the food that does come in order to make a profit off of the suffering of their own people. According to the Associated Press, aid convoys are often attacked by armed gangs or devolve into deadly chaos after being overwhelmed by hungry crowds. Locals have also claimed that organized gangs of young men will position themselves at the front of crowds at aid drops before they devolve into chaos and violence. As a result, many of the hungriest and most desperate people are left empty-handed. Food bags bearing UN logos and Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation markings, all initially handed out for free, will then appear in local markets at absurdly high prices that most residents simply can't afford. According to AP, a kilogram, or about 2.2 pounds of flour, has sold for as high as $60 in recent days, while a kilogram of lentils can go for up to $35. All the products are expensive, and we know that it is all American aid and was distributed for free, one Gazan resident told the Associated Press. But those here are selling them for high prices. They should have mercy on the children and people's condition, but there is no mercy in this country. Life here is lacking, another lamented. Those who leave to get aid go face death and come back to sell those items for us at high prices. We can't survive on them, nor can we afford them. Israel has continued to blame Hamas for diverting aid from civilians throughout the war, but Hamas has denied that claim, and a recent U.S. government analysis found no evidence of systemic theft of aid supplies by the group. The IDF branded the report, presented to State Department officials, as biased. It remains unclear if the terror group is involved in the market manipulation of aid in the area. In fact, much of what's actually happening on the ground remains murky. Israel and the UN continue to point the finger at each other for the lack of vital food deliveries to Gaza. The UN has long claimed that Israel has not allowed enough trucks through and that the IDF refuses to coordinate with aid workers to get food and medicine to Gazans, making it too dangerous to widely distribute aid. Israel officials, on the other hand, say the UN is to blame for the deadly situation. Former Israeli spokesman Eylon Levy shared video of tons of aid piled up inside the Gaza Strip, supposedly just waiting to be delivered to hungry Palestinians.
This is a monument to the catastrophic failure of the United Nations to deliver aid into Gaza. Hundreds upon hundreds of pallets of aid just rotting in the sun instead of being delivered to the people who need it.
When aid trucks do make it to Gaza, the desperation is evident. Grim video footage captured scores of people clambering on top of moving trucks and pushing each other in an effort to secure food. The chaos has often become deadly. According to the UN's Human Rights Office, 1,000 Palestinians have been killed trying to reach the GHF food distribution sites in recent weeks, as people have been shot and trampled. Hundreds of Palestinians died in shootings by Israeli soldiers while on roads heading to the sites, according to witnesses and health officials. GHF's 4 sites are all in military-controlled zones, and the Israeli military has said its troops have only fired warning shots to control crowds. The urgency is only growing as Gaza is on the brink of a worst-case scenario famine, with widespread death on the horizon if immediate action isn't taken, according to the Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, a global initiative that works to address hunger. Mounting evidence shows that widespread starvation, malnutrition, and disease are driving a rise in hunger-related deaths, the IPC warned in their latest alert. The World Health Organization said that nearly 1,000 children were diagnosed with severe acute malnutrition in the first half of July in Gaza, and that 24 kids have died this year of malnutrition. The images of starving children has sounded the alarm across the globe, including with President Trump, who recently spoke about the critical moment in the region, vowing to get the situation straightened out.
Those children look very hungry, but we're giving a lot of money and a lot of food, and other nations are now stepping up. The whole place is a mess. It'll get straightened out, but it's a mess. They have to get food and safety right now.
For their part, Israel announced a daily halt in fighting across parts of the enclave, so humanitarian supplies can be airdropped in. The halts were announced over the weekend in areas such as Gaza City, between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m., to allow for the improved flow of aid into the region. According to AP, this has helped reduce the exorbitant prices, but has yet to be fully felt on the ground, as time for many Gazans might be running out.